Jeez. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Manic, and I did a double play. Recorded this one like right after my last one, and I gotta say, for Scream 3, yeah, I liked it way better than Scream 2. But I wouldn't say way better, but I think it was better than Scream 2. They went they didn't try so hard to be like Scream 1. Like they went their own way and all that stuff. Like it's so weird. Like the killer was actually threatening, like a threatening ghost face. Isn't that crazy? And then I I can't even say it. It's so I might have something nice to say about Dewey. Like I I know it sounds crazy because Dewey does nothing, but I don't know about number three. Like everybody started changing. I kind of want to throw up. It's like okay. I'll get to it. No, I got my wristband. I'll get to it. So my first note. We see Cotton at the very beginning, and I gotta say, 100% Cotton is a banger name for a TV show. It's like Cotton. He got all popular because he was like the hero of the last movie and all that stuff, and he got his own talk show, pretty much a podcast. Like he would have been good if he was still around nowadays. I guess actually I didn't even see what happened, what he talked about on his show. He was talking about like a reckless driver before or something like that. But yeah. Okay. So how long was I muted? Okay, I was muted for like 5 seconds. Y'all see that? Like I'm on it. My reactions, I saw it instantly, and I was like, I don't know. Okay, yeah. So, um, all right. So, Cotton was in the beginning, all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. So my next note: these killers need to give up on Sid. Like, look, she's like a legendary grizzly bear. I put in my notes. Like, how many times did somebody have to come after another person before you realize, give it up, dude? Like, I know she's not. No, she's not like a super. She's not like a, like a Navy SEAL or something. She's not like a combat oriented. She's just some random girl who's just unkillable. But at some point, you gotta like something's protecting her, and you're not gonna get through it. You're like, give it up. It's not gonna work. Like you're not gonna have her head on the wall. You're gonna die trying. You have no chance against her. All right. And then we see Cotton's girlfriend. He's in the house, or she's in the house. After Cotton gets the threatening call from the ghost face, and then we see her like she gets out of the shower and all that stuff. She doesn't even dry off. She's over here tracking water all through the house, like she's wearing a towel, but she doesn't dry off. And then she gets all on the carpet, walking all through the house with dripping water and all that stuff. It's like, what'd you put the towel on for? You didn't want the ghost to see you what ghost face to see you? It's like, I don't know. What I don't know. No wonder she got killed. She can't even do something as simple as dry herself off. I'm surprised she didn't slip on the hall trying to run away from Ghostface. She probably did, actually. I don't. Did she? Probably. Okay. My next note. So we saw in this movie, the ghost faced the ghost face of this movie. What was his name again? Roman. He got he got upgrades because in each Scream movie, new technology comes out. They got to implement it in the movie. Like he was getting everybody with that voice changer. Every single person. They didn't find out until like the very end of the movie that a voice changer was being used. Every single person fell for it. Like he was popping off. Like really, he was the most lethal ghost face out of everybody. I mean, that's probably because they're trying to. I'll talk about this a little more at the end, but he's supposed to be like the Ghostface ringleader. Like he made Billy into the Ghostface. Like he trained him into being a Ghostface. Yeah, but I'll talk about it a little bit later. That was a pretty lame part of the movie. But yeah, he was getting everybody. Like think about. I mean, nowadays it'll be a little less effective because you know we got all this AI stuff going on. But back then, like golly, they were really good voiceovers too. Like so, like he could. It was pretty much like it was today. He could say anything and it sounded just like them. He had everybody's voice. Like dude was popping off. All right. Oh yeah. In my next note, I wanted to see someone actually 1v1 a Ghostface because they are super weak. But in this movie, I don't know. Because this Ghostface, this is why. Okay, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. I thought it was Detective Kincaid like the whole time. Because, you know, normally with the Ghostface, they're a bunch of wimps. They're a bunch of chumps. You know, I talked about you push them, they fly through the moon. You blow air on them, like they're gonna be like you can't. These guys are weak. They're absolutely weak. But this one, since he's the ringleader or something, like he was a different beast. He wore a bulletproof. He's taking bullets, taking shots. Wore a bulletproof vest. He was formidable, not falling down all the time. Like no wonder he was the leader. But that's why I thought it was Detective Kincaid, because I thought it would have to be somebody with some type of combat experience or something, not just like you know a director or whatever Mark or what was his name, Roman was. It's like yeah, that's why I thought it was Kincaid like the entire movie. It was. But I don't know. He just does better, I guess, because he taught the others or whatever. And then my next note: how has Gail still not changed? We see like at the beginning with Gail, I believe this is how she starts. She's in like a little some type of what is it called? Like a book showcase or. She was getting some type of award. She was like, "Do whatever you got to do to get the shot. You got to burn all of your bridges so you can be the very best there was. You have no friends, all enemies." And just like, I would think at this point, she really does not change. Like I would think at some point after all she's been through, she would have stopped being so horrible. I mean, she wasn't as horrible throughout the movie, but golly, did they. I thought she would have been a lot different by now. It's actually ridiculous how she has not changed after so long. In my next note, we see I put who is Silent Bob. So they were talking about something about Silent Bob. I think that's like a movie or it's a TV show. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Let me switch. Jay and Silent Bob. What is this? Fictional characters. What is this? Okay, but what is it? They don't say what it is. Fictional characters. Yeah, I know they're fictional characters. I don't think they're real people, but what are they? What do they do? Is it a YouTube show? No, was YouTube? Okay, so it is a movie. Or Bluntman and the fat movie checks. What the heck? Okay, so all right, I'm guessing they're probably like comedies or something. They're all right. Okay, whatever. Who cares? So that's what they are. Probably a comedy movie or something. Okay, and then we see like the worst security guard ever. My next note. He he hears a noise. You know what he does? Like he walks into the building. Let me start over. He walks into the building where he's supposed to make sure there's nobody there because he's a security guard. He's closing up and all that stuff. But as he's about to leave, he hears I think her name's Susan or something, make some type of noise in there. And then you know what he does? He's like, must have been a win. And then he leaves. He just leaves. He hears a noise as plain as day, and he walks out the building. He's like, he doesn't even. I don't think he even asks if anybody's there, because he 100% does not check if anybody's there, and he walks out of the building. Like, new Dewey, huh? Dewey's son? Dewey's cousin? I don't know. But that guy, it was ridiculous. Absolutely. I don't know what it is. See, security, anyone who's supposed to be protecting anybody, they are absolute garbage. It's ridiculous. I don't think there's been a single good one. There hasn't been a single good security guard. Police officer, sheriff's officer, they are all garbage. It's ridiculous. It's like, just like Ghostface get a debuff, like if you're anybody who's protecting someone else gets the debuff. It's, my goodness. Yeah, and then I put like, this Ghostface is my next note. This Ghostface is built different. He folded. Oh, it was Sarah. I wrote it. He folded Sarah at work. He goes to her job and absolutely folds her. Like, she's throwing stuff at him. He's eating it. He's not getting hit by something like, you know what I mean? He's absolutely eating it like an actual serial killer. Actually, somebody who wants to kill you. He is taking the hits. He keeps on going. It's like, this is a lot different from how Scream 1 and 2. Like, I kind of like how they're doing it. Like, switch it up a little bit. Like, they're not trying so hard to follow in the first one's footsteps. They're kind of doing their own thing a little bit by not fully committing to, like, since it's the trilogy, it has to be like the first one. It could be different, but you don't have to try to make the same movie. Just like, like, y'all get what I mean. You can switch it up a little bit is what I'm saying. Okay, my next note. This is gonna sound crazy. I mentioned this at the beginning, but Dewey do nothing does something. I can't believe it. Like, it's an absolute miracle. This Dewey do nothing did something. Like, it doesn't sound right. It goes against his entire nature. Being useful and Dewey cannot go in the same sentence unless you put not in front of useful. He's gone 2 entire movies doing nothing, and then in the third movie he's just like, you know what? How about I'm not useless? How about I switch it up a little bit? And this man switches it up. Like, I still don't respect him, but great job. Okay. Like, so, okay, I didn't even say what he did. He actually does a decent amount, like, but this is the first one. So, Dewey. He removed Sid's file because he got a call, or the sheriff's office was telling him that he got a call, or telling them that they got a call from someone searching about the files for the movie. You know what he did? He went to the sheriff's office. He took the file so the Ghostface couldn't take it. Like that's so crazy. How's he doing more than he did when he was a sheriff? When he had a gun. Well, he still has a gun in this movie, but how is he? It's crazy. It's like, my goodness, he's a different man. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, you see, it's crazy. I'm smiling and talking about Dewey at the same time. He's like, okay, that's enough. My next note. Okay, so they get the script because the killer's like following the script. Who dies in the order of the script? Who gets killed next? So there's 3 different scripts, and then 3 different people die in those scripts. So you would think that the police would put all 3 of those people under police protection. Guess what they do? They don't do that. Like, y'all don't need to guess. It's pretty obvious. They don't do that. They instead, did they put anybody under protection? I don't think so. So, yeah, they do none of them. You know, again, the police officers, the sheriffs, they refuse to be useful. Maybe I don't know why I'm saying this, but maybe it's because Dewey became a sheriff's officer, or sheriff's deputy. Maybe that's why he did nothing. Maybe he's like, it took him like 2 movies to rub off all the sheriffness, all the uselessness of the sheriff's department, and now it's all rubbed off. He's actually doing something. I think I'm onto something. I truly do. I think I'm onto something. It's he was still debuffed. You had to time it out. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's the most useful character in the entire series, and they had to weaken him, so they made him a sheriff. Okay. Next note. Okay, so we see Sid. Sid's not playing around anymore. She, after being attacked by, how many Ghostface was that? 1, 2, 4 Ghostface. She isn't playing anymore. She's strapped up. She's got a gun. She's living remote. She's got a dog. She's got a security on her outside fence. Security on her for her door on her house. She's done playing. She is not. If she's gonna get jumped, she's going down. She's taking them down with her. She is not playing anymore. She went from pepper spray to bringing the Glock. She's done. She's done playing. Okay, my next notes. So my next note, the bodyguard. So the bodyguard for Gail's, the person that's playing as Gail. He sounds like Crunk, doesn't he? If y'all saw the movie, let me look it up. Who is Scream? I'm gonna go to the let me let y'all see it. So let me see. What was his name? Steve, was it? Yeah, I think it was Steven Stone. Does he play Crunk or something? He does. I knew I recognized his voice. He is Crunk. That's crazy. I knew he sounded just like him. That's crazy. He's actually Crunk. I knew he sounded like him. That's cool. Patrick Warburton. All right. See, look at this. See how happy this movie's make me. See, Dewey starts doing something. Crunk's in the movie. That's cool. All right. My next note. I put, who is this Ghostface? Like, he's so efficient and he isn't stumbling everywhere. So he gets to jump on what's this? What happened? Yeah, he gets to jump on Crunk. So he's waiting in the what's it called? The trailer for him. Like and he gets behind him. I see why he stumbled a little. Well, not stumbled, but he took a few hits to get him because Crunk's a big guy. But he did well. Like Roman is built different. He is the top tier Ghostface by far. He's the ringleader for a reason. Even though I don't think there should be a ringleader, but it makes sense that he was the top dog because dude was popping off the entire movie. And yeah, I put my next note. An intimidating Ghostface is so strange, and I kind of like it. All right. So my next note, my first killer guess. It was at 49 minutes, and I thought Detective Kincaid. And then my next one is an hour and 1 minute, which I thought was Detective Kincaid and Angelina. So the reason I thought it was Angelina, because y'all remember the bathroom scene. She was like, she even like, we see her get on the toilet and all that stuff. It was a red herring move. She gets on the toilet. She has the ghost face mask. I thought it was like, like a double fake. Make it so obvious that she did it that, you think, oh, it's a trick. But, it wasn't her. She didn't do it. Or she isn't the killer. And then, yeah, we see her get killed a little later and all that stuff. And I put Kincaid is like, Kincaid was so suspicious throughout this movie. Like, he was at the office. He would have like all those notes about Sid, like a full file for her and all that stuff. He had oh yeah, when she was asking like Dewey was asking who all had my phone. He was like, oh, Kincaid had it, and then did he say it was also Roman? Maybe he did say it was also Roman, but he also said Kincaid had the phone. Like, he was so suspicious throughout the whole movie. And then he was, the ghost face was all strong and stuff. So yeah, I really thought it was him, but yeah. And then my next note, I put, this voice modifier is a cheat code, because when was this part? I'm guessing this was after. This is when Dewey and Gale too was also in the car. He was calling them. He called them up with the voice modifier like, "This is Sid. I'm going to the party. Y'all better meet me over there," and all that stuff. And then it's like, actually the bad part, like, this is the first time a ghost face got caught with their outfit or without their outfit. Like, they went into like a little closet thing. They saw all his stuff. It was just sitting there, like, just ready for him to like, oh, let me, just ready to all put on. He got his suit all ironed out. He got his mask all dusted off and all that stuff. His little voice modifier sitting there, all ready to go. And then they just find it and take his voice modifier and stuff. It's like, why did he leave it there? Like, he couldn't have just like left it in like a different room, locked the door or something. Why did he just leave it in some random room? And then he left his phone over there too. It's like, and then it was also in there. Like, I see why he wouldn't have the phone on him, but golly, he just left it out pretty much so easily accessible for anybody to take. All right. Okay, and then we see this guy. See, he is way too good at it. Like, my next note. Who is this guy? Agent 47. What a knife throw. He's over here throwing knives. Like, where was it? They were on the steps. I think it was Dewey at the top of, yeah, Dewey was at the top of the stairs about to come down and save Gale. And I think he like ran out of ammo or something like that. But Roman, he threw the knife and it hit him. It was a great throw. That's what I'm talking about. How would I not think that is Kincaid when this guy dude's an assassin. But this guy was directing movies, but all of a sudden he's an assassin. He's throwing knives. He's getting the jump on people. He's eating bullets. He's smart enough to bring bulletproof vests. Like, he's just like the only competent ghost face. It's so, you would think that it's somebody who's trained or something. At least that's what I would think. Yeah, and then the next note, so Roman's the mastermind behind all three of the movies. I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I don't know what do they. I don't think they like really need a mastermind for the ghost face. I liked how it was like, at least how it seemed it was like just random people who just they wanted to kill somebody. They wanted to kind of like a cult. I guess then he would be like a cult leader, but it doesn't. You don't need a cult leader. You just it's just like or like I don't know how to say it. Like the mask is its own thing. Like you put on the mask, you become the ghost face. Like there's nobody controlling you. You're just connected to it. You just want to become the serial killer or something like that. I feel like there was no point in having like a mastermind for that. Like you seen like, oh, Billy got trained. Like why did they train him? Like he it's not like he did crazy well or something or anything. Well, I guess he did get away with it for like a year or so, but that's because somebody took the fall for it. Like he taught him to have a partner and all that stuff. And I don't know. I don't know why they didn't need a mastermind. He could have just been the third guy. Yeah, they also talked about during the movie. Oh, it's a trilogy. You can throw everything you know out the window. You can add all this extra stuff. All the meta stuff they like throwing in and all that stuff. But I think the mastermind thing was pretty dumb. But like that's Sid's brother. Like, okay, that's fine. And like it doesn't really matter. Who cares? I guess. A little bit more goofy, I guess, but I'm not too bad about that. Yeah, and then my next note: the villains always have to explain how they think they'll get away with it. Like it's pretty much like a Scream movie. Like you got to have it in a Scream movie because they do it like every single time for whatever reason. But yeah. Then my next note. So Gail stops being selfish and Dewey's useful. It's like she gets less selfish during the movie, like trying to help everybody. Like she's working with the detectives to stop everyone. I mean, I guess that also protects herself because Ghostface is probably gonna come after her because he was going after everyone. But yeah. But I think she was like, ooh, I think she was like less selfish during the end of the movie. But I haven't seen 4 by the end of this. If she's in it, she's probably going to be completely revert back to being selfish because that's what they seem to love doing. She can't change, I guess. And Dewey, he was actually useful throughout the entire movie. It's an alternate reality. They really switched it up with number 3. It's like they really switched it up. Like I talked about how useful he was. I almost said great. He was not great. I would not call him great. You can't just erase 2 movies of being, borderline helping the killer. Like, at least in number 1, sending her, taking Sid to that party, borderline helping the killer. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't call him Dewey do nothing for this movie because he did something. You know what? I call him Dewey do nothing or Dewey do something sometimes. Dewey do... Nah, it doesn't work. You know what? I haven't watched number 4 by now. If Dewey does something, if he's in number 4 and he's actually useful in number 4, I won't call him Dewey do nothing anymore. I'll take it back. I won't take it back. He doesn't deserve for it to be taken back. But I will not call him Dewey do nothing anymore. I will call him Dewey. I'm still not going to call him Dwight. He doesn't deserve to be called Dwight. I'll call him Dewey. I will not call him Dewey do nothing anymore. Okay. So my next note. I think it's better than 2 because like 2, I feel like it tried too hard to be number 1, and it also. Yeah, I talked about why I didn't like number 2 in number 2, so I don't really need to talk about that again. I like how the killer's a threat in this movie and less goofy. I do prefer the goofy killer, but it's nice to switch it up a little bit. Like I said this before, nice to switch it up, a change of pace, like having him not stumbling over like a blade of grass or how they usually do and all that stuff. But it's like I didn't suspect Roman, especially at the ending, because saw he was like all drunk, and then he was like stabbed. So I really thought that wasn't him, and like again how competent he was in killing people. How it doesn't make any sense. Like I or well, you would think it would be somebody who I keep saying the same stuff. All right, so last note, end of the trilogy, and I wonder if they're gonna like switch up the formula for the next three, because at least in 5 and 6, from what I saw in the note or from the just the posters and all that stuff, completely different set of characters. I'm guessing that maybe it's a remake or something. I haven't watched them. And Scream 4 is like Scream 1 through 3 was all made pretty close to each other, maybe like a few years apart or so. This one is 11 years later, so all the characters are much older if they're still in it or not. But yeah, it's like oh, in the rating, I gave it an 8 out of 10, so it was pretty good. I liked it. I really liked it, and now I'm gonna go watch the other three. So, I'll see y'all later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.